Okay, so I wanted to give you another option with creating your color wheel. So if you don't have that carbon paper that I mentioned, it looks gray and it has a light side, you can also make one using a dinner plate as a template, and you can use something like this, and you can just trace the circle shape all the way around. And you want to make sure that what you use is darker, what you use to trace with is darker than the paper, so you have enough contrast to see your lines. And as you can see, I made a couple errors here that I needed to correct to find the right proportion for each. It's like a pie slice. So I used a ruler, and they're about 3 inches for each section. So the first thing I did was divided the circle in half, and then I measured each section, which again is about 3 inches. So I've got that center line there. So that's, maybe my dividing part. And then I decided where I was going to put that pie section. So I drew a line, a diagonal line, and I just made a central point for that diagonal line to go to. So all these lines are going to go back to this central point just to try to give it some continuity. And again, you want them about 2.5 to 3 inches in distance. You want to try to make them as consistent as possible. And again, they're all going back to the same point. So there's your orange. And it may not be, exactly perfect, and that's okay. And then the last thing you want to do is be sure you label each and every section. So this one is your yellow. Then down here you've got green, purple, red, and orange. And I used this technique. It's from your Pastels Made Easy book. Let's see if I can find the right page. It's on page 102. So you would just color in, your sections just like you did with the other version. So this tells you everything you need. So you'll need some pastel paper. They recommended using charcoal, but I do not. I used a Conte, a Paris in a sanguine, so that it's not going to mix about with your colors like we had in that other demo. And of course, you want your dinner plate and a nice, somewhat dark pastel paper, and you could just attach that to a board and stick it up on your easel. So that's how you make a color wheel template from scratch.